All right, day 2 of her story. Let's see here. I got 3 minutes before the ad kicks in, so it should be enough. First, grab something to put my hat on because my hair. All right, so what have I learned so far in the story is we believe. When I say we, I mean me talking to you all, because we're getting some. We are getting some VODs shown on here, so thank you guys for doing that. There is twins, identical twins, is supposedly what the woman here is saying. And then of course there is so it's all based on obviously this is fictitious, but in the story though, her husband is dead. She don't know what happened. The cops think that he was murdered, and she mentioned that her parents died from a poisoning from death caps, which I guess are kind of mushrooms. But the dad was like, I don't know the science term of it, but his job was cultivating mushrooms and testing them and stuff. So yeah. So let's see. So she neglected to tell the police that when she had a fight with her husband, she left and she went to Glasgow, because this is in the UK. She went to Glasgow to go, to deal with, to blow off steam. And she had her kid with her, is what she says. And that's when she came back, and she thought that she could talk with her husband again, but he never showed up. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I got 40 seconds to tell you. Also, the twin, they didn't know they were twins for a while, because it was like a rich lady who was pregnant. She wanted just one kid, but they ended up getting 2 kids. So she basically gave the other twin to the lady that I forgot what you call it. It's the one that takes care of the family or whatever. I forgot what the term is. But anyway, yeah. All right, so now we're at the breaking point. So we'll let this ad go through. Drink my coffee. Now I'm pretty sure I forgot some other things as well, but I mean, I know some smaller details, like her husband's boss the boss gave her husband a fancy watch. Maybe like it was like a gift for birthday, I believe. And I guess they're the boss and Simon is the name of her husband. Simon and the boss, I think his name's Eric. Like they were friends, even though that's a boss or whatever. Okay, so the ad break is ending in 30 seconds. And of course, if you see this on YouTube, it's you guys don't have to deal with this part because it's already done. Again, it'll be on YouTube. After the stream is over, it'll be a VOD, both on Twitch and on YouTube. And we're 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we are back. All right, so let's go ahead and continue now. Let's go ahead and look at all the queries that I've found here. So Eric is the boss and friend to her dead husband Simon. You have Diane, I believe, is the boss's wife, who's like good at baking or something. Hannah is the other twin, supposedly. Now, again, I speculate that she could also be mentally ill. Again, I'm no doctor or anything, but I'm guessing maybe if she's not a twin, then she obviously is, what's the word? God, I forgot what it's called. Multiple personality disorder. At first, I thought that's what it was because I was seeing it still could be because when she goes to get coffee, she likes coffee, no sugar. She wants black coffee, no sugar. Basically, that's how I take my coffee. But then supposedly the other twin does not like that at all. She likes milk and sugar on her coffee. But then here's where the kicker is. Then we don't know which twin said this, but this one just wanted just tea. Now, this is in England, and tea is like the big deal. Whereas America, we're all about coffee. So anyway, yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, currently there is no, like, I queried doctor, medical, or anything like that to see if there would be something like, oh yeah, there's a report that this character has, episodes of whatever. But there's no query on that. So there you go. All right, so yeah, like no psychiatrist here. Fingerprints. That's I asked for fingerprints. Then we got house. Eve is the other twin, supposedly. Oh, sons of bitches. What are you doing talking to Hannah? Yo, is that supposed to be Morse code? Hold up. Hold up. I'm wondering if they're doing a trick on us, if this is like a Morse code in here. Dude, that's Morse code. Okay, I gotta get I'm not a Morse code guy, but I know that it's based on dashes and dots. And I just heard 3 dots, a dash, and then a dot. I don't know what this means, but now I'm gonna have to get a pen and paper. We're gonna have to write down as she does the the Morse code. I didn't even pick on this freaking Morse code. Oh man, I don't even have a pen or a pencil there available. Shit. I need a pencil and a pen. I need a pencil. Okay, here's one. I got a marker. Let's bring it back. Okay. She's doing it really fast too. One, two, three. All right, so let's Morse code some of this so I can kind of put it together, see what we can get here. All right, so let's add Morse code on here. I feel like she's doing Morse code. Morse code. I don't even know how to spell the word Morse code, man. Morse code. I said Morse code. Dear Lord. Okay, Morse code translator. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Morse code translator. Type in. Oh, haha. So basically, type it in, and then it'll output Morse code. Well, that doesn't help. Actually, that's the reverse that I need. Let's go back then. Morse code. Morse code. All right, here we go. Now we got something. All right, so let's type in Morse code. M-O-R-S-E. Morse code. Okay. This could be just a rabbit hole, but anyway, I got the Morse code stuff here. Let's bring it up so you guys can see what I see. Let's see, where is display? Right there. Alright, so we got Morse code here. Got 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. There's a lot of 4, so that's an H. That could be the word Hannah. But then there is 1, 2, 3 is S. So S. And then there's S. SN, that doesn't make any sense. Probably SO, dash, dash, dash. Dash, 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 maybe SO. Like, no, that's Q. No, wait, SO is SO, so. This could be just a trick. Let's do it again. It seems like that's just nonsense. Is this international one, or is this? Morse code. Says this is the international Morse code here. So this is international. Let's see if there's an English version of Morse code. English, 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 English. English. Morse. Let's see if I can do my own here. Go dot 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 dot. It could be this actually. Dash. Okay, that would be a V. Dot dot. I think this is it here. Let's go dash dot dot. And then dot 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 dot. Okay, yeah, it's nonsense. Unless we're doing this. That's got still on there. Hold on. This could spell still. Like maybe still alive. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's see the code again. Morse code. Alphabet. Morse code alphabet. Okay, so what would be still? Where's L at? L. So that would be dot. Be dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. So dot 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. All right, let's listen to her again. I think some of it's a little doesn't make any sense. Again, this could just be nonsense. So that's a 5. Dot 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 dot. If I were to skip that to the end there. Let's go back here actually. I wish I could pause the video, but you can't do that here, which kind of sucks. Well, you can't pause it. The only way you can do is just hold on to it here. Okay, well that's S. Hold on. Let's go back. So that's M. Let's see if that's M over here. That's M. I'm gonna have to write this down again with something a little better than this big ass marker that's too huge. See if I can find find one of these small. Oh, I got a pen I could use. I can't believe I'm. You know, I'm probably like wasting my time. But I mean, if you're a detective, you gotta be out of the box. You know, I mean, this very well could be her way to say basically help me or something. You know, like. All right, let's do it again. Shit, man. Okay, so my watch, or there you go with the brain problem again. So this bitch here's dead. This pin and piece of garbage pin here. See if I can find another one. See if this is any good. Okay, this should work. Excuse me. God damn, she's fucking fast. Let's go through this again. Okay, I got it now. Let's see where it leads. Let's see where this leads now. Now that I have this, we're going to use the I have a feeling it's going to be nonsense, but you know what? I mean, like, this is what you got to do if you have to get all the... See what everything could be, you know, like I said, she could be nuts. She could be doing whatever. She could be trying to find a way to give us help, you know. Got to do everything it takes to figure out what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, and dash. Then dash, then dot, dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. And dash. then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like this is it feels nonsense, but I don't know, man. Let's see what STI could be. Still, maybe. STI, because L is dot dot. Or no, that's I. Dot dot is I. L would be dot. Would be dot 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 dot. I don't see 2 dots, a dot really nearby anything. Okay, so I feel like this is about let's move on to, let's not go too deep into the woods here. Let's just keep that in mind for now. What I will do is I got Morse code, and I'm gonna dadgum, and then I'm gonna add I don't know, SDI in here. SD or not D, STI, because I don't know, maybe it could be something, maybe it could be nothing, I don't know. Okay. Let's do code. See if that comes up with anything. Ooh, we have a code here.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator height or the attic floor.
Told you. That's the same one. Yo, Snarky! Thank you for the sub, Snarky.
Snarky said it just subscribed with Prime.
How you doing, Snarky? So I'm definitely onto something here. So there's definitely these two knew about code. Now I need to know, again, I have to decide, is this Hannah or is this Eve? We have the one earlier in the video, well, as far as earlier as the stream, I mean, this date here is September the 3rd. Let's put code here just to have it safe. Code. And then we'll add that to session. So now, and then this one here is, hold up, this is earlier. Okay, so the other one's Eve. This one here, this is Eve. Or wait, hold on. Which one fucking is it? Yeah, she's Eve. The distraught looking one is Eve. Unless, of course, again, she could be mentally ill. Why is she talking to Anna? Why are you talking about Eve? Okay, so
when we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code.
Hey, they called it tap what? They didn't call it Morse code. They called it tapping out a code that we'd learn from a book. The knock knock code. Ah, so maybe Morse code isn't. Okay, so let me Google up. Let me Google up the knock knock code.
Code.
I'm gonna Google up the knock knock code and see if that makes any difference here. So let's go back to here. Knock knock code. The knock knock code. Or I should call it just the knock code. Call it tap code. Called the top. Okay. All right. Now let's see what we have. Oh, this is definitely different. This is definitely different. So I do have the dashes and the dots from before. Because of this, though, I don't think this is gonna be helpful at all. So let's just get rid of that. This is bogus. Tap code. All right. So. So we have an H here. I gotta look at this more here. Tab code design. Except for K. So C and K, I guess, is the same. So each letter is communicated by tapping two numbers. Way too many fucking motorcycles where I live, man. It's like damn near Sturgis around here. Okay, each letter is communicated by tapping two numbers. The first number designated. So the first designated the row, and the first pause designated the column. Okay. Row, pause, and then next pause. Okay, so with this, pauses is the dashes. The dashes are the pauses, and when you do that, it basically adds the next and the second after the pause designated the column. So the first dash is dot dot dot, and then dot means this goes down to the next one, and then there's another dot here. So we got dot here. Okay, well now that you have this, then how do you know what the actual code is for? Dude, what the fuck? So 3 and 1. This is pretty complicated, this thing. This is some next level shit here. Tap code? I've never even heard of tap code in my life, man. Wow. This game just came up to another level, man. This is the best dollar I've ever spent. All right, well, we'll keep this in mind. We're gonna table that for now. We're just tab code, knock code. We're gonna save all this here. Code, knock. Knock. Tap. Code. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back to the game itself. So yeah, definitely not Morse code. So let's go ahead and add this here. And now let's listen to this whole thing again.
We weren't together and sent secret messages by tapping out a code that we learned in a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We tap them out on radiated height or the attic floor.
Death I had mice. They bought a cat anyway. That's funny. Alright, so yeah, that's not gonna help. Okay. Again, this could just be a red herring. Because again, we could be focusing too much on the woman, and really what we're focusing on is who killed Simon. Just go back to Simon again.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
So there's Ernest. So we'll add that to the name of the company.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Ernest Brothers. Ernest.
Windows, all kinds of
Ernest. Ernest. It's a weird ass name. It's like all continents except for one vowel.
windows,
Put brother in there too. Brother. Brother. Some brothers. Okay. Oh, again, that was waste. Let's go back.
You think it's murder? Clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
We don't know which twin is which, if it is even a twin. I mean, again, I'm still suspicious that, I mean, unless I were to literally see both of them together through my own observation here, I'd be like, okay, well, how do I know she's really a twin? She could have made this up. I could say I'm a twin. You know, just change my haircut, I could change my outfit and be like, oh yeah, that's my identical twin. I mean, so I did fingerprints too.
Yeah, that's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
See, that is the 1st of September. 1st of September. Again with these motorcycles, man, seriously. I live in a residential area. You're only supposed to go no more than like, I think 25 miles an hour, because there's a lot of like schools in the area, and they just keep zooming quickly around here, because we're close to a highway, and I've told the county, like, yo, we need one of those curbs that make you slow down. Of course, they blew me off. I might have to start being picky about it. I have to be calling them again. All right, so one that's dressed up more fancy. She knows that she was told murder, and this was so that's not July, so we're talking the 30th, so 3 days. So 3 days earlier, 3 days later, this one here is like, what?
Yeah, that's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
And now this is 3 days later.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just stories.
Interesting. Let's go back with Eric.
He was wearing a shirt.
No
blue
shit.
turtleneck shirt
There we go.
and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like that his hair. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Coat. Let's look for car. Okay, nothing new there. Car, van. Nothing there. I've already seen these. Coat. So now I hit coat. I hit the O twice. Coat. Okay, now we got two new ones here. Two new ones.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Sam's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower, the phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it, I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called back and then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Okay, so we have one twin, supposedly twin, that says, because she had an argument. They had an argument, her and her husband. He left, so she was exhausted, I guess probably through the fight, so she went and showered and then napped, and then Eric called the phone again. Coat. Now this one here is the day after. Yeah, this one's the day after. Let's see what this one's saying. Oh, let's check out the room too.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down at the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag. Unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Well, she got her facts pretty good, pretty straight. Oh, the sound changed. Also, with this game, sometimes you get a faint picture that shows up as if the actual woman is actually watching the screen. It's creepy. It's creepy. It really is. Let's watch it again. Maybe I'll actually kick it off. Let's see.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you.
You know, I always did cop, but I never did police. Ooh. Because last time I did cop, and I don't think English people call them cops. I mean, cop came from the word constable, but I don't think they call each other's constables anymore. They definitely don't say cops, but they do say police. So, let's start with, let's see here. Does this go, that's actually much earlier. Let's see what this is here. Same day. Okay, so that's a little bit later. Got it. All right, let's.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about me. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. I suddenly remembered that when I looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
Saw the body.
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay, so this is This is the other supposed twin. So she's the one that discovered Simon dead. Which also means if that's Simon, if she's the one married to Simon, then she's Hannah. She's Hannah. Body. Okay.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but
Well, that was short. That was 5 seconds or 7 seconds.
when will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but a police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off for the fare, he was the police. So they came and picked us up and took him back to Portsmouth. But, yeah, I had everyone friendly.
But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So that's Hannah right there. So this is strange because if she's Hannah and she supposedly blames on Eve, I'm telling you, she's got to be multiple personality.
Took him back to Portsmouth.
Again, because I don't see two people sitting together, and I'm not, I'm just, yeah. I mean, a real police person would definitely have, like, be able to go to people's actual homes and be like, okay, you are you and you are you. Even if they weren't sitting there together, you would know, oh, you are you and you are you. But because you're looking through a screen, and it's, from years ago. It's could be anything. Okay, so Hannah blame Eve.
Police
blamed everything on my friend Eve.
friendly.
So Hannah blamed Eve.
In 1984 wasn't for you in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just...
Entomologist?
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just...
Okay, so we'll put 1984 in there. 1984. Heat wave. Just to remember something. A couple more of the baby, so let's bring that in. This is one of the earlier ones.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel at Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
So I'm thinking this is also Hannah.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at Glazier's. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, the big came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up from him.
Okay, so that's definitely Hannah again, but this time dressed up. I'd like to finger pinch again. Since we know that's Hannah.
Fine. once put my hand in the oven.
So weird. Okay, so that's Hannah again.
Fingerprints. Yes, yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too, with the fingerprints in all those places. Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure. Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match.
So that is the later, or the most earliest from this here. So that's Hannah.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand in the oven. Fingerprints. Yes, yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too, with the fingerprints in all those places.
Alright, that's Hannah. So this could be Eve here. Let's look up Eve again. We get a lot of Hannah in this, but we don't get a much of Eve. Ah. Okay, so that is Eve. That's Eve there. And that's Eve there.
My mother called me Eve.
So I'm thinking what's going on is that these two were in cahoots, and Eve did the deed to kill Steve. Eve killed. Killed Simon.
Yes. We fought. We fought on the beach once and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the
Wait, hold up. Hold up. But I thought she was Eve.
Yes. We fought. We fought on the beach once, no one else around. We made up art. It was a lovely relationship.
Okay, so now this is weird. Hannah. Let's go back to Eve again. So I thought this was Eve the whole time.
Well, my friend Eve. She was just like when I was a kid. She was
Okay,
also
got it. Okay, so Hannah talks about Eve. Also, I'm looking at the cups as well. 1 cup, 2 cup.
yes. We fought. Police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday.
Okay. So, Hannah and then we're changing this to what's it called again? Crack code? It was a weird code. Shit, I forgot what it's called. Tap code? Knock code. Knock code. Knock. Tap code. This has limited.
My mother can be Eve.
So that's definitely Eve there. Switch it up to Hannah now.
My name is Hannah. Hanna. It doesn't work if you hear it though, it's not. Sorry, that's Stone Street. We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were staying for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together, trying to go away. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out, baby. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare school, went full-time with glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time with glaziers. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time with glaziers.
Glaziers. Okay, so even a partial, it doesn't see that. Where's Hannah again? Hannah here.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. Sad stuff. I suddenly realised. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay, so she called the police. She called the police when she saw the body, which I'm guessing is her dead husband, that was dead in the... Again, we don't know how he died. They don't explain how he died. I mean, that would really help to know if he died from poisoning. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Okay, we got another new one here.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from my kitchen. You could probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was plastic tape. I think it was ours.
Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Parcel. I think I spelled that wrong, but let's do it again.
I'm going to the cellar. I'm going to the cellar. We put what we need.
Cellar as well. We should look at cellar.
Taped up.
Parcel. Cellar. We'll add that because that seems important. Let's go to cellar. Ah, here we go. Now I got some more stuff. So yeah, that's definitely Hannah here. Should probably write the name Hannah on there so we all know that's Hannah. Hannah. This should also be Hannah as well. Well,
fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. And
burgled?
Worse, obviously. I haven't lived in the cell yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out.
So there's blood there.
And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so I can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So
he was killed and there's blood. So cellar, blood, and again Hannah. Listen to this again.
fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled.
Burgled.
And worse,
Makes me
obviously.
laugh.
I haven't lived in the cell yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so I can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So
they're doing cremation and coroner. I haven't heard from the coroner, she says. Coroner. That's important. That's what I was wanting to know. Coroner.
date set for the funeral.
Coroner. We're gonna add coroner in here as well. Coroner. Fuck. There you go. Coroner.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently that baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us so we could then disprove it rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch.
Okay, well there's your... Okay. She killed her. She's the killer. I knew she did it. If she's if she really is a twin. That's the only thing I don't understand. Eve, why did he kill her? Again, I gotta remember if that is Eve or not. Eve. Killer.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us so we could then disprove it rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch to make sure the alibi stuck.
So alibi.
It happened very quickly.
I mean, they both apparently killed him.
Knew I
That's garbage. Let's go back to Eve again.
My mother called me Eve.
My mother called me Eve. Okay, so that's Eve there. Let's look at the date. So the date is the 7/3. 7/3.
Yes. We'd fight. Is that no? But that was.
You know what if they got in a fight and maybe Simon tried to intervene and he got killed, and then they're like, crap, we accidentally killed somebody, and they hid the body. It's also possible. Let's go with the date here. Let's go 03 -07. Alright, well that's shit. Oh, look at this.
It happened very quickly.
We have to
hardly
keep
had
an eye
talk
on
to each
these
other.
here.
We agreed almost silently.
Room.
The baby was what mattered.
So that I just completely forgot about this. The interview room, that's B. But I've been looking at off and on. I've been seeing another one. We have to keep in mind if there's two different rooms with the same woman here, that could be where you could say that there is a twin that's actually there at the same time.
We'd help each other.
Let's read the rest of this again.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar.
We bagged up. We bagged the broken mirror.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
So she's saying Simon, but she could be with. This could be Hannah. This could be Hannah here. So meeting room 3.
After Simon left, I left too. After Simon left. Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so.
Alright, so like they basically killed him approximately this time, this date.
If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it.
I put crazy.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
What's that accident on here?
Simon.
Alright, got another new one. Okay, now we're talking a little bit more. Maybe she'll give us more information of what happened.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an instant. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Well, now we definitely know that's Eve. So Anna did have a baby, but it died.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an instant. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left.
Makes me feel like that she's pretty good at finding a way to get people die, like falling and hitting their heads and whatever, which is how I feel like maybe that's what she did with Simon. Fell. Excuse me.
I had read a diary at that. Walked out.
She clearly didn't seem like she really cared about her mother enough. It's just like she wasn't my real mother. Just like it was an accident. She slipped and fell on the stairs.
I knew she wasn't.
Slipped and fell on the stairs. Eve. Mom. Slipped. Fell. Fell. Was 8.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. There must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Let's do fell.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down. The key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see the shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. He wasn't there. I lay down in bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to.
Alright, well that fell and fall. Oh, okay. Fall. Slipped. Let's look this here. Maybe it'll to retrieve type word. Okay. Let's just do this. I killed Simon. Okay, let's see what happens here.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Now I have to figure out if this was Hannah, or if this was medium. Okay, so look at that. We're looking at room 3. Also, one's got a tattoo and one doesn't. See, she don't got a tattoo. That's the only way you can really know who's who. Let's put tattoo on here. I mean, I would wear it before, but tattoo. Love Simon. So yeah, I'm thinking that they both were. I'm thinking one was tricking Simon because, you know, she's identical and she loves Simon also, and that he was like, wait, what? You're not Hannah? And I'm thinking that Hannah, or I think that Eve got Steve pregnant. But Steve had no idea that Eve was Hannah. But of course, that can't be right because, I mean, she's got that tattoo. You can't miss that. Alright, well, let's not overthink. Not overthink. I know, right? It's like, Let's go to this tattoo and see what's up. Because I want to see who's who. Oh, wow. More. Wow, okay. Alright, well, this will definitely make a sense. Let's go.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos.
Hope.
He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV. Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Like Eve. Nice. Well, that ought to explain who she is. There you go. Eve. The snake.
What did your wife do? She didn't clean you.
So, and what did your wife do?
She didn't clean you.
She didn't kill you? Who's she talking to?
And what did your wife do?
And what did your wife do?
She didn't clean you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there.
You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair?
Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Alright, let's continue on.
So I moved out. Got a small bedstead. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent.
So the tattoo is fairly new, so it's possible that she still could have tricked Simon to making him think that she's Hannah. That makes sense now. Now it's coming back, because I was like, okay, well, with the tattoo though, but if the tattoo didn't exist, and she's the one that's pregnant, because Hannah, she had a baby, but it was a miscarriage, a very late miscarriage, and she wasn't into having babies after that. So it seems like to me Eve even says she loves Simon. So she clearly had sex with Simon is what I'm thinking. The question is why Simon was killed. Could it be because she tricked Simon into thinking that she was Hannah? And Simon was like, yeah, you know. Because, I mean, she's got the same haircut, right? You know? The same haircut. So, I mean, like, she looks exactly like the other character. So, I mean, you know. And I mean, Simon's been together with his wife for a while now. I mean, I would think he would know. Doesn't matter how she actually looks. That's the question. I mean, I guess it's possible. Let's think about this, though. Is it possible? I think it is possible because men are men. And if you got somebody that looks exactly like your wife or whatever, your girlfriend or whatever, and she wants to have a baby and is in love with you, you know, I mean, I think she could make that happen, especially like if he's like been drinking or whatever, like, you know, just come out of nowhere and be like, oh, hey, I decided to come back or whatever, and just start, you know, I guess fondling the guy or whatever. I mean, he's a dude. He's gonna be like, oh, this is gonna happen now? Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all think. I'm still kind of on the fence, but I mean, she's pregnant. I believe it's probably from Simon. Simon was killed. The twins covered it up. I mean, if that's all I knew, then I'd be like, okay, well, I just learned enough. I don't need to know anymore, because as the viewer, you know, again, they show a vague reflection of a woman that looks kind of similar. It could be maybe the daughter trying to figure out what happened to her father. Like what happened to could be why I believe is why we see her face. The reflection is I think it's the child is grown up, wanting to know what happened to my dad, and this is where she figures it out.
So I moved out. Some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. And I've been doing. So I moved out. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
Oh, well, that's Eve. Eve left.
He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. I'm not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But...
Wait, what? I knew who he was, obviously. I knew who he was.
I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was.
There you go.
He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. waking dream.
Okay, so he never said that she was married. I would think, though, that these twins would know. But he never said he was married. Again, we don't know if she's literally talking about Simon or not. Yeah, this is gonna mess stuff up now because she got her tattoo shortly after. But wait a second. She had the tattoo. Whoever the guy is, if it is Simon, then he knew who she was. So that takes care of that. If Simon knew that she was a twin and being kind of skeezy. Spell the word affair right? I think I spelled that right. Got a couple more extras.
No, he was a shizzy. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Whiskey Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting the chocolate on my teeth. I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us. No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until we carried on. It's the Rockington Arms, the rock. This is, and the bar they have it sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few times, Helen. Peter.
Hey, who's Helen? Ah, here we go.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about our argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes boys.
Oh, this is getting more interesting now. But, well, who's she talking about now? I mean, she could be talking about Eric. Let's listen again.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about our argument, but I'm not sure what else he said.
Upset about our argument, but I'm not sure what else he said.
Argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes boys.
This could be Eve here.
Simon is 6 foot. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. The photo is there a string photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
No, that can't be. I'm guessing that is Hannah again.
It's the Rockington Arms, and the bar they have it sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Oh, it could be Peter.
Said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's go back to this again. I wish they had an easier way to look through all this.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year.
What's it missing? Because maybe missing. No, it didn't work. Oh yeah. Yeah, I went through a fair. Oh, you know what? Let me try it one more time. AFF. ER. Ha! Thank you. Let's boogie down. If you want to watch. I don't know.
An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair. You're reaching here. I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon's dead. But I had my baby to kill.
In prison?
Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
You know, I was wanting to do sex originally. That should have been my first thing. You know. Look at all that. Look at all these after you do sex. Just ding, 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 ding. My God.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private? Are you married? How is your sex life?
Well, I don't kill anybody.
Our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely Hannah there.
No, you're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys. No, I was 15. Carl was older.
Who's Carl?
17, I think.
That's new.
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad. Those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family. No, I was 15.
So Carl. Who is Carl? It's already tagged with sex, so I don't have to worry about that. And then this is definitely Eve again. Carl! Oh shit, okay. I was not expecting this many.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys.
Spoken like a guilty person, right?
And then, Simon.
They're both guilty, I think. I think they're both guilty. Again, I'm still speculating if she doesn't have a mental issue, but I mean, more and more I talk about it, the less I believe in that she does have a twin. But I'm thinking that, yeah, Simon died And I think maybe they didn't mean for him to die, but there was a fight because those two fight each other really hard. He probably was like trying to break it up or whatever, and he falls and hits his head or something. And like, shit, he's dead. We're gonna go to prison, and I'm pregnant, and I think they tried to clean it up, like basically make it look like he's missing or whatever, like he got killed, but I don't know, something like that. The other part could be is that maybe she got pregnant through Simon, and Hannah was like, how dare you, or whatever. Either way, I think they both are culprits. And you can't go with fingerprints because in this fucking shut up. Because in this game, they're saying that they're identical twins, and their prints are the same. So you can't use prints on this. I don't know if that's real true or not. I don't know if real forensics says that identical twins have the same prints or not. See, I knew it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. They're not true. Yeah, I was gonna say they can't be the same. Like like their fingerprints can't be the same, just even though they're identical. Yeah, I thought so. But that was one of the first things I looked into was fingerprints. You know? Anyway, let's move on.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
So, is she basically saying that she banged Simon?
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Okay, so she's considering Simon as family, I think. Let's do it again.
Family.
Do you have any family?
So Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
I should search for fuck. Why don't I use the naughty words, man? I should. I mean, why am I not doing that? Why am I not doing that? Or family. Again, this is Eve again. So I'll do Eve. So what are you thinking about watching this this game? Isn't this kind of unique, isn't it? Alright, let's see what the rest of them are. Okay, now this is 2 days later. And this is Eve.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Ah.
Difference is, she's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys.
Wait,
Until
what?
Simon.
Hold up. So did she use a hairbrush to basically have Hannah lose her virginity with a brush? Am I listening this right?
Virginity. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
Hold on. She had a lot of excuses. After a while, I decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different. We used a hairbrush. Yeah, exactly. After that, we took turns, though it was always the one who, though I was always the one who'd seduce the boys. Okay, so they pretended. Okay. What the fuck?
We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
So they did this for a while now, pretending that they've been doing this for a while. Twin sex, but not at the same time. This was Eve that's talking right now. Eve's the Eve hairbrush. This is dirty, dude. Jeez. And then Hannah with a hairbrush. Brush. Dude, this just... what the fuck? I mean, seriously, man. That is... I mean, like... Well, I mean, like, they were damaged to begin with, though. Like, they... Like, one had to... So, based on what they said, right? Based on their news, on what they said, they were born. They were twins, real identical twins. There was like a well-to-do family. You know, I wouldn't say like rich, but rich enough. And they were rich. Yeah, I'm gonna say rich because they had like a midwife that lived there, right? They had a midwife that lived there. So she got pregnant, and she had a midwife. She found out that she was pregnant with twins. She only wanted the one twin, and the husband that she had, again her mother, had no idea they had twins, so he just believed that they only had the one child, and so he saved his money in such a way to. He did everything, like the bills and everything, I guess you could call it, to make it where it could be affordable for one child, you know. So she never said, you know, they found out, oh, it's a two. So they had the baby. Again, there's no sonograms in this, so like this is supposedly takes place back in the 70s when they were born. So my age, right? You know, late 70s, 70-ish. So that's when they're born. Like my mom and dad, when I was born, when I was a baby, when I was in utero, they had sonograms back then, and I was in like a small town. At least I think they did. Now I'm gonna have to ask my mom. Hey, did they have a sonogram back then? They might not have sonograms back then. So anyway, moving on. So the mom found out that obviously she had a baby, but then she realized, oh shit, I had two babies. Well, my husband's gonna flip out. So what she ended up doing is she gave Eve to the, she gave Eve she gave Eve to the midwife, and I believe that the midwife died from a fall when Eve was 8 years old. Maybe Eve did it. I don't know. Eve's pretty wild. But anyway, but through this whole time though, the midwife was like, okay, you can never tell anybody that you have a sister or anything like that. So they had to be secret, which is why they were doing the secret codes and stuff like that, because they weren't meant to be found. You know, that they were, you know, whatever. So yeah. So that's why it sounds messed up, but they had a messed up life.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon, she started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes.
Oh God.
Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card in the hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Ouija board.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Shared. With Simon. Poor Simon. So Simon definitely didn't know this was happening for the longest time. I think that's enough for today. That's 2.5 hours. So yeah, I put about this is 5 hours so far just reading this stuff. We know what happened for the most part. We just need the small details to put it together. Anyway, I believe the next time we stream of this game, I believe it'll be the end of it. We'll know whatever we do. Thank you, Snarky, so much for the stream, watching the stream, and also for the bits, or not for the bits. Sorry, shit. The sub. And hopefully tomorrow, or I don't know about tomorrow, but could be tomorrow. Next stream of this game, it should be over. I feel like that's where we're at. I feel like it could be the end. Could be. Anyway, thanks again. Take care, everyone. I'll put the VOD back on. The previous VOD is up, so you can read the previous version if you want. I'll turn this VOD on as well, so you can be caught up. And then I'll also send it to YouTube. All right, everyone. See y'all later.